Ojite guys, welcome back to my channel Rum Mania. I'm Carol J. I have another video for you today. Today's video is hurt people hurt people. Are you packing? And I'll see you on the next shot. Ochite, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Rum Mania. I'm Carol J. I have another video, and as I said in the first shot, today's video is hurt people hurt people. And I'm pretty sure y'all know what that means, or maybe you heard it, maybe you haven't, but I'm gonna look it up because I love definitions. Okay, so I have the definition here for the subject for our video topic today, which is hurt people hurt people. Now, we all know what being hurt feels like. We know what that could be: a component of anger, sadness. It could be a multitude of things. I can go on forever trying to describe what the emotions that come about from somebody being hurt. So there's no one particular emotion that comes with this, but I want to read the definition, so as I start talking, you can kind of understand or kind of gel it together on what I mean by hurt people hurt people. So I just Googled it. Principle of hurt people. This is from Grouport Therapy. And so this may not be exact because obviously this is from somebody's opinion. Now, everybody's entitled to their own opinion about what they think about hurt people hurt people. I have my own. I'm just giving you a comparison. So I'm going to read what they say and we'll go from there. It said, at its core, the concept of hurt people signifies that individuals who have experienced pain, trauma, or harm are more likely to inflict hurt on others. This can manifest in various ways, from physical violence to emotional or psychological harm. Well, I would absolutely have to say that I agree with this definition wholeheartedly, because that's basically on the lines of where I'm coming from as I convey my message of hurt people hurt people. I have my notes here, guys, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. So let's get into it. And so my version of hurt people is pretty much the same as that, but I call it packing, because, it's packing like you packing a gun, but you're not packing a gun like a metal gun, a physical metal gun with the bullets, but you are packing a gun, an emotional gun. And basically when you pull the trigger, you're shooting out hurt to others around you. So the hurt that you're shooting out is actually your bullets. So from the saying hurt people, it is, in my version, I ask the question, are you packing? So let's get into it. I got a few notes. As always, guys, I want to make this a quick video because I'm doing these videos for awareness so that we can be aware of our emotional. I'm all about the mind. I'm all about the thoughts. I'm all about the beliefs. I'm all about helping you recognize you. Rum Mania. So let's get into it. I'm going to read the first message that I have. Okay, so let's say, this is how you can know somebody who's hurt and they hurt people. So let's say that you leave your house and you're happy and you got all these things planned for the day. Let's say it's like a Saturday. I love Saturdays. I don't know, Saturdays are magical. They seem like, especially when the sun is out and it's a nice warm sunny day. I mean, you just feel so magical on a Saturday. So let's say you had a bunch of plans for that day, and you like, oh man, I'm gonna go to see if such and such want to go. So let's say they live close to you, so you roll over by their house, and you gung-ho, you want to go and stop by this shop, and that shop, and there's a new restaurant that just opened up, so you want to go try it. So but once you get over there, they greet you fair enough, but then you say, I want to go do all this, and they'll say, why you want to do all that stuff? That's too much stuff to do in one day. Why that don't make no sense. You want to do all of that, you be doing too much. So while you was in a happy mood, you was all gung-ho, you had a lot of energy and you wanted to go and do, just explore, get out on a Saturday, and just, have some fun, live this life how we supposed to, And so you by the time you finish talking to them, they have drained your energy so much to the point you like, yeah, I really don't feel like doing all that stuff. That food is, the food probably ain't good at the restaurant. It's probably expensive, and, I really don't need to be spending no money. I probably just chill. I really don't need to be spending no money. So based on their energy, based on because they're hurt and they don't want you to be happy and you're happy, they don't want you to be happy, they hurt, and so they're probably in a sulking, wallowing mode. So they want you to be in that same mode. So all the energy that you have when you went over there, they just found a way to drain you of it. And so all of a sudden, all the plans you had, because you was hyped, you was ready to go, they just drained all your plans. And instead of you saying, okay, I'm going to go anyway, you make up excuses of why you no longer want to do any of those things, any of the things that you said that you were so gung-ho about doing in the first place. So you may attempt to make up an excuse. So the first thing I want to say is don't do that. And the second thing I want to say, when you get around people like this that do things like that, you need to recognize it, because they are absolutely energy drainers, because you were all so excited and you're full of energy. You was optimist, you felt good, you was happy. And just like that, they can drain you. And all of a sudden you feel like you need to take a nap, like you're tired, you make up all these excuses. So watch out for people like that, because some people like that, sometimes they can be our close associates, friends, sometimes family. A lot of times they can be people that are close to us, and they will inflict things like that as far as draining your energy in that aspect, because they have been hurt. You know what I mean? Maybe they just got fired. And I'm using this as an example because it can be any range of things of why they decide or choose to be the way that they are. But I'm going to say maybe they got fired. And so now they're like, oh, they bummed out. So they want everybody else to be bummed out too. So I got another example. So suppose you're around somebody and, you're happy. Let's say you're happy. So let me see how you could be happy. Okay, so let's say you're around them and you happy, like you just loving life. You like, oh my God, look at, let's say you like nature and you like, oh, nature is beautiful, and let's say y'all walk by your park or something. You like, oh, look at the park, it's nice. They was like, yeah, but look at that trash. Let's say they haven't changed this trash cans in the park yet. But the rest of the park is beautiful. They just haven't got around to the trash. And you're like, oh, the park is nice. They like, yeah, but look at that trash. That don't make no sense for them to keep that trash like that. They got this beautiful park and they gonna let the trash overflow and ain't nobody gonna change it. It just messes up the whole decor of the park, so while instead of seeing the beauty in the park and the nature and just realizing that, things take time. Sometimes things slip people's mind, or if there's a delay in actually getting it done, they have now turned a beautiful scene and scenery into something that don't even matter, because we've all known trash to pile up at one point in time or another, and it took us a minute to get to it. So it was really no big deal. But the intensity that they use to diminish and try to criticize, just trash being in a trash can, and the trash probably is not that bad. It probably just needs to be changed, but they would blow it all out of proportion while you're just trying to absorb nature, and appreciate the beauty of the nature, and they just like rained on your parade. It's almost like you're like, okay, now what do we talk about? Why am I here? And why am I here? If you were somebody like that, and that's the question, that's a great question you need to ask yourself. Why am I here with this person? Because people like that, once again, and this could be a different person, this could be the same person, but the point of this video is for recognition. You don't have to stay or share your energy with people like that, because all they're gonna do is drain yours. They choose, it's their choice to be wallowing or dissatisfied with their life, because it's their life that they're dissatisfied for. Because frankly, we all have something that we could be down in the dumps for. We do. Everybody has something going on in their life that they can be not so happy about it for. But that doesn't mean that you bring down everybody else around you or criticize everything else around you that's going on in the world. That's not fair, and it's actually pretty selfish. But as I said in this video, hurt people, and they always locked and loaded. They always have their barrel locked and loaded for any bit of joy or happiness that you display or that you have, or energy, high energy. They always locked and loaded to drain that out, to shoot it down, to wound, to wound your good time or your happiness. I have another one. Let's see. What about, okay, we already got, let's see. We got, they brought you down. You know, the person brought you down. You're like, dang, I was so gung-ho. And now they done made you sad. You know, you feeling all good and stuff like that. You know, now they talking about all the things that's wrong in the world, you know. And so now they done brought you down. You're like, man, it is pretty bad out here in the world. You know, all this killing. Or let's say y'all walking in the park and they bring up, like, you know, wars and stuff like that. Or the bad thing. Or did you hear about those killings? Did you hear about those killings? You know, this is the sixth time. This is the sixth state that had all these, like, they bring up everything you say positive. They bring up something negative, and they just bring the energy all the way down. So, you know, they always locked and loaded. So you almost have to wear a bulletproof, you almost have to wear a bulletproof, emotional bulletproof vest with these people. So the next one, let's see what else they could do. What about inferior? These people can also try to make you feel inferior. And so these are the things that you need to recognize, because these people, they a lot of times these people, when they have this hurt, the criticisms that they have is so strong, is so persistent, and it can be convincing to the point where it's because it's a projection. They want to project onto you, because how dare you be happy? How dare you want to do something? Let's say you want to be, let's say you like, oh, you know what? I like singing, you know what I mean? And you know, I was thinking about maybe I was going to try to, you know, submit some of my music to you know, to a record producer to see if I, you know, and then they'll say, you know how many artists there are out there? If you thinking that you're going to be some kind of big star, you might as well get that out of your head. You dreaming. Is that a buzzkill? If that's not enough to make you want to pull your energy back and get ghost with that person, I don't know what is. Because, you know, people like that, sometimes you can tell them like what they're doing. And I would say 9 times out of 10, because I have been around people like that, and I have told them what they're doing, and first thing they do is they get defensive. You always, so I can't say what I want to say. I can't speak my mind. Now you're trying to, so they turn it back around, and then they play the victim when you tell them how they're being. Everything I say, you know, you downing it. Everything I say, you going against it. You're not even supporting me. You know, I say I wanted to submit my music, and you shooting me down. You know, you trying to make me feel inferior, talking about there's all kind of singers out there, and if I'm gonna be a star, I might as well get that out of my head. You don't need to be around somebody like that, because that person is hurt. They're wounded, and they're locked and loaded. And as long as they stay in this hurt status, whether it be from trauma, what they say, from trauma, from pain, or injury, as long as they're in this hurt status, they're going to try to inflict the same hurt that they're feeling or did feel onto other people. And it's not fair. It's not fair. Now, we don't like to see nobody go through anything or experience a traumatic event or, you know, hurt or any way, shape, or form. But let's face it, it's a part of life. And I'm pretty sure we all go through it at some point, time or another. But imagine if everybody who got hurt started being locked and loaded and started shooting out hurt bullets, you know, like pow, 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 you know. So, I mean, everybody would be hurt now. If you know, you like, oh, look, I give, hands up. So you don't have to be around people like this, because hurt people, for whatever reason, they will go out of their way to shoot everything down for you to feel the pain that they feel on the inside, you know. And sometimes you can talk to these people and sometimes you can't. But depending on how important this person is to you, if it's just an associate, I would just remove my energy and be done with it. If it's somebody you care about, like in your family and stuff, I would try the mentioning it, letting them know, like, I'm on, like, I know what you're doing. Look, you don't think I know what you're doing? You know, I feel all the bullets. I got all these wounds, you know, emotional wounds that you done shot me with, all this emotional stuff. And if they receive what you're saying and they make an attempt, or they realize they're making an attempt, and be like, you know what, you're right. I am a little still distraught from whatever I went through. And, you know, that's when you could say, okay, but I told you, you warn them. But if you get back around them and they're still doing the same thing, then that's when you know whether you love them or not. I'm out and about, and before I got in the car, and so I decided to do this video real quick, and people are driving, they're driving across, and I know I'm parked in a parking spot, but they looking like they coming straight for me. And these are people who cars like got teeth missing in the, anyway, I digress. Let me keep going. I don't know. Oh, okay. Another way a hurt person can hurt you is, you can have a big event. Let's say you got an event or something, and you invite them to the event. They can either not show up to your event, and let you know, when you want your friends and family, you know, people to support you when you do have an event or something going on, or something that you're proud of in your life. If they can't, they may not show up, which means that they don't want to celebrate you. Like they have no desire to celebrate your achievements, your accomplishments, or whatever event you got going on. And you know, you'll know that if you got an event, and you'll say, well, you know, I gave you the invitation, and either they tell you, ain't nobody coming to that, you know, I gotta go to, you know, somewhere else, you know, or they just don't show up. That's basically a slap in the face. That's basically, you know, disrespecting your event, because at the least that anybody can do that care about you is tell you if they're not going to be able to make your event, you know. So if you have an event or something going on and you invite somebody to, and they, one, don't show up, or for two, they say, well, I don't have time to go to that. I gotta do such and such. I ain't gonna have time to do that. That means that they're not supporting you, because let's face it, when you really care about somebody and they're in your friend group or associate group or family group, sometimes we do things that we don't want to do, period. And if somebody has a big event that requires, you know, that they want us to come and support them with, then we go, whether we want to or not. That's what you do. That's called unconditional love. Sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do, or that you don't feel like doing. You do them anyway. You know why? Because you care for that person. You love that person, you know, regardless of what you're going through, even if you are going through pain or have been hurt and stuff like that, you know. So that's just another way that the hurt people hurt people. They do anything to try to inflict some kind of hurt onto you. And I think they get a pleasure. I think they take great pleasure in seeing like the pain that they cause, because they're hurting so bad. I think they take pleasure in the pain that caused. Like, even if you was to say something, when you say something, in their mind, they're like, oh, I got to them. They're mad, you know, they're mad. They cussing me out and everything. Like, they really, sometimes these people, they want to see you react in an angry, obnoxious way, because at that time they know that they have intercepted, like affected your emotional status. And you got to be careful of that, because there's a lot of people that will attempt to inflict a reaction from your emotional state. They'll do things like they'll do certain things, and then they'll act all nonchalant because they're baiting you. They want you to kind of react and be upset and be mad and be angry, because they're baiting you. They want you to show those emotions that's, you know, that they feel that they got out of balance, you know, out of character. They want you to be out of character. That's what makes them feel good. And I'm just gonna say, if you around people that do these kind of things, it's probably best. You know, one thing you might say, okay, But if like all the lists I went on, you know, trying to make you sad, trying to bring you down, not supporting you, you know, when you have an event or something good going on in your life, what is it? Trying to make you feel inferior, you know, trying to make you feel like you less than, like you're not as good as everybody else. If you're around anybody and they doing one or more of these things, then you really kind of need to question and pay attention, because they probably packing, they probably locked and loaded. And this is the discernment, because you'll walk away feeling defeated. You'll walk away feeling defeated. Let's say you had an event and after it's over and you didn't see them and they didn't call or anything. It kind of takes something away from somebody that you care about, that you wanted, that you felt like, you know, you thought would be there for you. You will walk away feeling defeated. And, you know, when you start to feel defeated in those low vibrational energies, it makes your energy go low. And so they succeeded. They succeeded in getting you right where they want you to be, and in pain with them. And don't let that happen. We gotta be on the lookout for this. Be on the lookout for the hurt people that's locked and loaded. They packing and they ready to shoot off emotional bullets every chance they get. So let me see what other notes that I have for this. Oh, hold on. Do I have any more notes? Okay, that's it. This was a quick video. I don't have any more notes for this particular subject. I hope I gave enough examples for you to recognize and be on the lookout for those hurt people that's packing, because, you know, some people, with some places you go, and like if you don't have the option, like let's say it's somewhere you work or a group, whatever, that you have to be around these people, then you better strap up. You better put on your bulletproof vest for your emotions. And what I mean by that is like guard your heart to the point where you are unfazed by anything these people do, because sometimes these people run in packs. They're all miserable. They're all in pain, and they all like to see others in pain as well. That's the surefire way to tell if somebody in pain. People who try and inflict pain on others all the time. They're locked and loaded, and when they see somebody they can shoot with those emotional bullets, they will by all means shoot. And sometimes those weapons are automatic that these people have. So put your bulletproof vest on, which means you are indifferent to these people. You don't care one way, shape, or form about what they're saying, what they're doing. Do not let them get them out of your box. You are in control of your emotional state, and that's the way it's gonna stay. And that's all that I'm gonna leave this video right here. Hurt people. Protect yourself. Until the next video, Ochite, guys.